What I've learned is these 4 books: Ego is the Enemy, Stillness is the Key, Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Them 3 books.
Yo, this is You Gotta Know That TV.
What's up, man? It's your boy Mike Bleeds.
It's your boy Course.
Chad Money.
And this is You Gotta Know That TV, man. Yo, man, we got a special guest here tonight, man. Well, he's a veteran, actually. He done managed, like, dudes like, managed dudes like French Montana, dudes like Fred DeGarson, R.I.P. to the homie, Molly Stacks, Hal Rao, cousins with 2-time champion Shannon Briggs. What up, Champ? Let's go, Champ.
Let's go, Champ.
Close friends to Tretch from Naughty by Nature.
Yeah. Let's just say very well connected. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that. Very solid, man. My boys in the building. Chance of a lifetime. This is goody. Talk about it.
Chillin'. What up, Chad? What up? We in the building.
Yo, let's go.
You got to know that.
So we just happy to have you in the building, know what I'm saying? So we want to start it off like, yo, what's your upbringing? Where you from? First of all, where you from?
Motherfucking Boogie Down Bronx.
The BX.
Yeah.
Got it, know that.
Listen, if it wasn't from the Bronx,
This rap shit never would be going on.
that's a whole fact. Shout out to Peter Guns and Lord Tariq.
That's a fact. So your upbringing, like, where did it all start from? Like, tell us about your beginning. You know what I'm saying? Who you are.
My beginnings, oh man. Raised in a single parent home. You know, the typical story in the hood, you know, dad wasn't in the house, you know, because the government, they figure out ways to get the fathers out the house so they can keep the mothers dependent on the government for welfare and stuff. So
Yeah.
I come from humble beginnings where my mom's was, grew up in Harlem. And I guess wanted the best for a kid. So what happens is, you know, you move to a place and this is where we're gonna grow up. And from that place, I was, I guess that's why I picked up basketball.
Okay.
That was my early beginnings. Anybody
Pretty good.
Anybody that know me, anybody that's watching this and know me, if I say basketball, niggas like, that nigga was dumb nice. Ball wasn't nice.
Everybody say that.
Everyone say that.
Alright, no, listen, you're right. And the ill shit about it, you got 1,000 like, nah, I was nice, I played against him. You gonna have niggas say, I'll bust his ass, he wasn't all that. But I did win the Iron Horse Award. So in '92, it was one of them things where we all played ball, but you gotta have that shit to back it up. So,
Wow. I used to hear about the Iron Horse as a kid, and I heard that was something big back then. Cause now it's like, what the fuck is the Iron Horse?
Yeah, it's not. And it's ill because back in the day, because I went to alternative high school. Anybody know alternative high school was like for the kids that was like bad or just less fortunate. I guess that's how you try to put it. So they try to put you in a program to steer you right. But I never had issues. What happened was, the school I went to was Hostos. You know the college on the corner?
Oh, right there, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right, and what happened was at this time, they was second to Bronx Science and Academics. So this is where it got confusing because my mom's was like, yo, he need to go to school for academics. My dad's like, nah, I want my son to play ball.
Facts.
So I want him to go to Cardinal Hayes. You know what I mean? He could get us out the hood. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, shout out to all the Hayes alumni, you know.
Fire.
But it was one of them things where I ended up going to Hostos, and when I ended up going there, they didn't have a basketball program. So I'll never forget my man Langford Bello. He was a year ahead of me. He was like, yo, we ain't got no basketball team, we need to start a basketball program. I'll never forget the coach, I think his name was Swartz, if I'm not mistaken. We talking about 30 years ago.
Wow.
Sheesh.
You told your age.
That's okay. They say black don't crack. But what happened was, we started a petition like, yo, who wanna play ball? Anybody wanna play basketball? Let's sign up, we're gonna get uniforms, we're gonna make it happen. But in my head and in my man head, we like, yo, we're trying to go to college, like we trying to do this for real.
Yeah.
So we got people on the basketball team that didn't take it as serious as us, you know what I mean? Like, we talking about like kids that just want to play the sport because they liked it, but not play it because they wanted to go to the next level, you know what I'm saying? So I did the basketball thing and that's how that went. And I mean, humble beginnings,
That's the beginning.
basketball was the beginning.
That's the beginning.
But if we all know, hip hop and music, I mean, hip hop and basketball go together. So
before you get into hip hop, so like we going about still talking about basketball.
Yeah.
Like I got a cousin, Scoochie. Shout out Scoochie Smith.
Shout out Scooch.
Who played ball. So going with him, hanging out with him when he was in that prime of that dating shit was amazing. Seeing him like fans all over him, everything. So Shannon Briggs being your cousin, watching him with the boxing and stuff. How was that coming up? Like,
I tell you what's so ill
about
Shan is he from Brownsville. First off, shout out my Brooklyn, shout out my nigga Dog, Black,
shout out Brooklyn,
Blizzle, bless everybody, 249. But it's one of them things where it's like Shan be like, yo, I'm fighting in Atlantic City. So everybody I go, right? I never forget, I'm gonna tell you this one particular story, I never forget. We was in Atlantic City and Shan was fighting somebody. I forgot who it was. But anyway,
give me like the time frame, like what year?
2003-ish maybe.
Okay. Boom. We in Atlantic City.
Right. So we in Atlantic City. Right. We in Atlantic City. So
let's get it.
Right. It's not just Atlantic City. We out there with Shannon Briggs. So it's like it's like red carpet. It's different. Yeah. He got a suite. It's like he ended up leaving. Long story short, he ended up leaving, and me, my man Dodd, and my man 40 from Atlanta. We ended up staying there, and my man 40 was Shannon, man. 40 was at the time Teddy Riley's partner.
Okay.
So just to show you how now the music and everything is starting to formulate and starting to come into play. But yeah, Shannon, he was one of them, like he suffered from asthma bad. So a lot of people don't know that's what was hindering him from making it through the whole fight.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Then he figured out, he mastered, now he on his Let's Go champ, and he's motivating the world with it. Believe it or not, it's like, even when he was starting that whole moniker, we would be on the phone at night, and he's like, yo, champ, I feel like giving up. And I'm like, give up what?
You know, stories
You're a
like
two-time heavyweight champ.
Bugging out.
You know what I mean? And like, maybe 2003, 4, he started to work on a medicine for respiratory issues for people who suffer with asthma and breathing conditions. You know what I mean? So
the CDC ain't try to kill him.
Nah, this is way before. This is way before any of it. Like I'm talking about the type of shit where the FDA have to approve it, right?
Yeah.
So the FDA is saying, okay, we need this X amount of dollars to prove it or disapprove it.
Yeah, they don't.
So what it was, he went homeopathic, where it's like it's herbs, so you can't, you know what I mean? You don't have to get no permission from the FDA or whatever. Yeah. So you know, but he's a philanthropist. He's one of them dudes where he's right now, you know, he got his own bud now. Shout out Cannon OG.
Let's go, Chad.
Oh man,
that's fire, bro.
Yeah, he got his own strand.
Send some of that through.
Yeah,
very good.
We gotta test it out.
You gotta know that.
You gotta know that.
We need to test that.
We need to test that.
All right, shout out to Shannon Briggs. That's a fact. So let's get back into you. Like, so, boom, growing up early. So now
basketball.
We know that now. So now talk about music. How do you get in tune with? Cause shit, I could go forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Start off with how you get with French Montana. That was early. How did that start?
So before French or after? Like leading into French?
Leading into him.
All right, before French, I used to rap, and
still got some tapes.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, so I had to take my glasses off for this one. I just found the cassette.
Niggas said tapes. I know they always age.
Usual Suspects. Me, Tony Sunshine, and Stu. DFL, like back in the days, yeah, I found the cassette tape. Like one of them classic moments where you was living it, like, oh shit, we did a cassette. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, and I was a fan. I ain't gonna lie, I fucked with Tony. You went to Tony.
He's one of the greatest songs of all time.
What?
Big Pun song.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Get up. Right, that too.
Before we even get into that, we just say the greatest. Before we even get into that, before we go down that lane though.
Yeah.
Tony, before you, let me just say that about what you said about Tony. His vocals was, you didn't have to see him, right? You get goosebumps. You think it was a black kid walking out the room, right?
Yeah.
But Tony, first off, they used to call him R&B, like the R, the letter N and B, because he walked down Tremont singing all day. First projects, he's singing in the projects. Niggas like, what? Yeah, so it was one of them things where he's definitely somebody who I could say that I witnessed used to sing and rap and nice at both.
Dope.
Like nice at both. Like Drake doing it now, but Tony was doing that shit.
Well, Drake's not a good singer, but
you get what I'm saying? Like
what else I heard? I heard that Tony Sunshine was an R&B thug. That's what I heard. Is that type true?
If you're from the
That's what I heard. I heard he was a bouncer. Back in the day, hold on, but let me be real. Back in the day, R&B singers, nigga, you ain't no thug. You a singer. So niggas probably got that fucked up.
So what happened is, this is how it goes.
I'm a singer. So
this is how it goes. It's like your elements, right? Your elements, right? You sing, niggas think you soft, right? So every now and then you gotta prove to niggas that that's not me. This is just what I do. I'm trying to get my family out of the hood. You know what I mean? So when your mother, I'm just good at it. Don't test that though, because I'm trying to get out of it. So when you test that, you're bringing me backwards, right? So even to this day, like when me and him talk on the phone, we talk about that because
you still got a relationship with him.
Oh yeah, I get that nigga on the phone anytime. Like that's the deal with a lot of my relationships that I built was phone. Like I need to talk, we need to build. What's up? Like alright, put it like this. A lot of people have celebrity friends, right?
Yeah.
And most people get in their pocket and see what they can give them or what can they get from them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That wasn't me.
That was your friend. That was your friend.
Like this is really like my fam. Like I like to use the word family. Like we family, but we friends because you gotta know when to separate the two, right? And it's one of the things that I've learned that you build on that. You get what I'm saying? So even then, like I said, from Tony to Shannon to the basketball, all of that, like me playing basketball led to the music because I was the kid that would listen to my music going to the courts. I would write my little rhymes. I wouldn't tell nobody. I would just do it because it was a passion. You know who made me want to rap? Lord Finesse.
Hey, I didn't know it's crazy. I seen
Lord Finesse is actually my mentor.
I was about to say I seen you with him.
He's actually my mentor. He's somebody who, when I have Q&As, that he gives me direct answers. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Where I sit with him like how we sit, and
Shout
I'm
out
like,
Lord
yo,
Finesse.
I need to know.
Legend.
First off, shout out the whole DITC.
Legends.
Because without
Legends.
them, it wouldn't be no me and anybody else that tried to do hip hop in the Bronx. You get what I'm saying? From KRS, that whole movement, D Nice, all of that. You know what I mean? Fat Joe, like there's certain people that's in the game still, not because they make good music, but their presence, their light, and they're respected. So that's what keeps them relevant. You understand what I'm saying? So now here it is. Now we got social media, so you get to look into a person's life. And I'm gonna be honest, like me, like I'm not really social media'd out because I feel like I was taught by my dad 3 things. You keep your life, your private life, private. You meaning your wife, your family, whatever. You keep your money private. Nobody should know how you get your money.
That's
you know what I mean? And you don't never let nobody know where you live at.
Mm.
These are 3 things that I was brought up with, so I always kept that in mind. Like, you don't have to share it. If you know, you know.
You know.
If you don't know, it's not for
If you don't know, you got to know. That was a gotta know that moment.
That was one of them moments.
That's one of those moments.
So we can go back and rewind it.
Yeah.
Gotta know that.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? So
you were saying though, that was great, but you were saying from the beginning, a little before French, what got you into music shit, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny, my man Mahogany. Shout out Mahogany.
Shout out Mahogany.
Because
Mahogany.
this is the first time I'm even really getting to talk about my journey, and Mahogany is not just a childhood friend that we used to play basketball together, but he's a well-known Grammy Award-winning producer.
That's dope.
And this is my first rap partner. Like, we was called Black Rain. I never forget.
What?
We went to DC back in the day.
Black Rain?
Yo, and Black Rain was because we was raining on them, we was black. So it was like...
Wait, that's you? Okay.
It was no breakdance, there was no cross colors, but it was like we was conscious. It was like we was in tune, and and what happened was with that, this is when I started to realize if you take your craft serious, you get opportunity. Like, we played ball, right, but he continued to work on his craft with the producing. You know what I mean? Then he worked with Camp Low. I'm like, damn, this nigga is my partner. He worked with Camp Low. Then he started, then shit hit the fan when he started working with Dr. Dre.
But did he look at it as if, let's say, when he's working with these people, did he look at it as if he's working with somebody big, or this is what I like to do? You know what I'm saying?
It was a passion. And what happened was he taught himself how to play it, right? So like I said, Camp Low was like maybe the first group I know of that he worked with to get his claim to fame, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And shout out Camp Low, because they also Bronx, and I've known them growing up, and solid. They always been official, and they always had their own style. Yeah. What made them different was they wasn't following the trends. They was actually trying to create their own.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? So with that being said, yeah, Camp Low was definitely dope for that.
And then, what year was it when you got with French?
Shit, I knew French since French was like 14 years old, man. French was French was the young kid in the hood that would when I get off the basketball court, we would talk, and he'd be like, yo, how you did that move? And I'm the person with, you know me, Mike, like, if you ask me, I'll tell you. Because I was taught that if you teach somebody how to fish, they ain't gotta ask you how to, you know, you teach them, they ain't gotta come to you. But see, then the people forget, it's not just teaching them how to fish, now it's teaching them how to clean it. Right. It's teaching them how to prep it. It's teaching them how to cook it. It's teaching them how to cook with olive oil instead of grease. It gets deeper than that. So that's what I've learned with them situations. It's like, okay, cool. I got stuck. That's the hitty.
What I've been going through lately is like, because I have a business, but people are continuously asking me for advice. So it's like, at what point, when do you say, hey, like, you know, I'm your friend and all that, but this is a business.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm glad you brought that up.
Great question.
Because you touched on something that helped me elevate my mental, and I realized what happens is, a lot of times in life, right? You see how you say you started a business, right?
People take you for granted.
And you know why they take you for granted? Because they say, oh, I know you. But they're going Louis Vuitton, right?
He's doing all right.
No, but they're going Louis Vuitton in a heartbeat and spend $500 on a belt. We did it. We all did it, right? No, I mean, when they ask me for advice, you know what I tell them? It's 4 books I read.
I'm not even telling niggas the books.
I spoke to you last week. I feel like that's why you told me about them books.
No, I'm about to tell you.
Yo, he hit you with it. Don't ask me nothing again.
I'm gonna tell you why I say 4 books. We don't read.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Kids, you gotta read. You know why?
Because you gotta know that moment.
It's hidden in the book. It is written. You have to just open the book and read it. Where do most old folks hide their money? In their Bible.
In the Bible.
You know why? No one's going in the Bible because people don't read.
Yeah,
so real quick, I'm gonna give you 4 books. When someone asks you, yo, so how do I start this first? Or you can tell nigga, go to Google. That's your best friend.
YouTube.
Go to YouTube. You don't have to ask me no questions.
Nope.
It's to the point you don't even have to. You can break down a contract on Google.
Yeah.
So my point is, you don't have to give information no more. What you have to do now to feel like you helped somebody get to where they're trying to get to, you just give them direction. You gotta know, before you did clothes, there was Ralph Lauren, there was Versace, there was Gucci, there was this, right?
Yeah.
So when someone comes to you for information, you don't shun them away, because you already know it. I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in college, someone told me, a white kid told me this. He said, yo, without offending you, can I share something with you that my dad told me? I'm like, yeah, share with me. He said, let me explain something to you. Y'all have a problem as a culture sharing information. Why? I'm so worried about you taking my spot. But if I teach it to you, you can't take my spot. When you're in a conversation of business and money is mentioned, God leaves the room. I'm gonna tell you why I say it like that. You have to know we all doing this for money.
Yeah.
When you put the money in front of you, guess what happened? Everybody's blinded by it, right? So that's why I say when you give somebody information, you lead them to a path where they gotta come back to you, right? But guess what happens? You have your own machines and all that, right? You line them. No, I do it. I help you start it.
Shout out to Mike Allen too.
But you give us a shout out to Mike, no doubt, for making, being creative and making things happen and pushing the culture forward. You feel what I'm saying? So with that being said, is when I say it's okay to give information, I had to learn that.
You learned. You don't realize that you went through mad different. You have
to though. That's part of your growth.
You kept people under the wing basketball. You did the management thing. You did the management. So this is all growth from you.
And you know what I learned? Mikey could tell you. My growth, I try to share it because when I'm 46, right?
Yeah.
Y'all in your 30s. By the time y'all get to 46, y'all should be teaching the next generation other shit that I taught y'all, but more shit than that.
We are.
So my point is, like I said, when we talked about doing the interview,
that's the point that you gotta know that.
Yes.
Exactly. And guess what happens if you don't know that? It's not for you.
Right. Yeah.
The only way for you to know that, you have to know. What's that slogan? If you knew better,
you do better.
You won't wear Uggs in shoe weather. You feel me? But that type of shit. So what I'm saying to you, Chad, on that perspective, don't take it and harbor it as a negative feeling. Find out where they mind at and see how you can. Cause see now, this is the business part of it. All right, what are you trying to do? I just want to do some hoodies. okay, I'll make your hood, but I'm gonna need 10% or whatever it is. But make your worth. See, I didn't make my worth. I was put on earth to help.
I feel like you made your worth when you was fucking with Fred though.
But it wasn't even about money.
Yeah.
It wasn't about...
That looked like a genuine relationship.
See, the Fred shit was... Alright, how I even got into that situation was because of...
R.I.P. Fred the God. So
first off, we can have a moment of silence for my...
Oh yeah, moment of silence.
See, Fred's situation was special because I remember clearly Duke Black and Stu hit me and was like, yo, we want you to be a part of the situation with Fred, you feel me? And I was like, you know how I feel about this music shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's no money, I'm giving niggas all these resources, all these relationships, and not getting nothing out of it or whatever. But what made Fred's situation different was we built our own relationship. You know what I mean? So like I said, if it wasn't for Stu and Duke pulling me into that situation, I would have never really knew Fred. Because I was already also standoffish. Like, I'm tired of this music shit. Yeah. When I heard Fred rap, I was like, damn, this nigga's
retarded.
Different.
Quick question as you say that.
Yeah.
Do you think that Fred was ahead of his time or they just didn't appreciate Fred at that moment? Because you can use his bars from literally 10 years ago and the shit would be...
His shit is timeless.
I'm gonna tell you one of the illest lines. I don't care who I talk to when we talk rap.
I know you.
One of the illest lines that Fred said. Anybody got a quarter in here? Who got a quarter in the pocket?
I
got a quarter. Niggas don't carry change, niggas get money. You got a Alright, well anyway, all y'all out there, look at a quarter. Fred said the illest line. Fred said, I treat you like a quarter and put an eagle to the back of your head. Now, mind you, as simple as that shit was, right? That nigga had everybody in the studio pulling out quarters like, yo, look, it's an eagle in the back of a quarter. Fred had lines that, let me tell you something.
Goosebump lines.
Yeah, listen. I seen Fred rap for Jay-Z. Like how we say here, Mike is Jay-Z. Fred is you, Chad. And I'm right here, and Fred is rapping, and Jay-Z's like, y'all niggas don't hear this? Like, y'all don't hear this?
Shit's crazy.
I'm there, live and center.
So shout
out to Lenny S. Shout out to Lenny S. Because, see, I'm gonna tell you. All right, this is the part of the game where I'm gonna tell you what it is. And it's like anything else. If you go for a job right now, right? A lot of times they want references, right? So what happens is they say, who could I call? Who could I call to find out and verify who you are? The rap game. And I got this from Lord Finesse, and I gotta share this because this shit was so deep. Shout out Ness. This shit was deep. He said, yo, when you are an artist, you want to create a fan base, right? Not an audience. An audience is like a car accident. No, an audience is like a car accident.
Anything.
When a car accident happens, everybody looking.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what the fuck happened, right? And then they move on. A fan base is gonna follow you everywhere you go.
Gotta know that. So hanging with you, like you used to have me around like Tretch and shit like that. What was that kind of relationship like?
Naughty, L-Town.
Legendary group.
Well, for all y'all,
Eddie's one of the coolest motherfuckers you'll ever meet in person, man.
For all y'all who might not know who Tretch is, Naughty by Nature, Hip Hop Parade, OPP, Ghetto Bastards.
I got Pox, one of Pac's best friends.
Pac's best friends.
Come on, man. Shout out to K and Vinny, man. But that's my dude, man. Yo, you know it's crazy. Like me and Tretch met running around or whatever, right? But one night we hung out, and he lost his wallet. And a dude that knew me from the streets, check it. A dude that knew me from the streets, he was from Long Island. I wish I knew his name so I could give him some shout, yo. Cause this is when you know a nigga is solid.
Yeah.
Tretch loses his wallet. Nigga calls me, yo, Chance, yo, got your brother wallet. I said, my brother wallet? He said, yeah, I got Tretch wallet. Cause Tretch in there all night, yo, this is my brother. Any business, talk to him, don't talk to me, right? So this nigga's like, yo, I found Tretch wallet. So I'm like, what you mean? He said, yo, his money, his ID, in it, everything. So I called Tretch like, yo, you lost your wallet, my nigga? And nigga like, oh shit, yo. I said, my man got it, he gonna bring it to me. That day is the day where we got sanctioned. That day is our history. Because he said to me, all right, first off, who are you that the nigga brought me all my money back, my credit cards, my ID, my money, and everything.
Yeah, you can use that as an opportunity.
And I'm the big homie. Who are you?
Yeah.
And I'm like, the nigga respected me enough that he knew we was together, and the nigga fucked with me and was like, yo. So that's why I said I got
a lot of niggas ain't giving you all that back.
The other kid was
I knew him. I knew
the big homie for the.
No, Trex is the big homie in general.
You were the big homie to that kid who gave the wallet back.
Right. So what I'm saying is like he looked up to me, I guess, in that respect, where it's like, damn, I can't. What? This is Trex shit. That's Chance, brother. I gotta make sure I get this shit to him. So that's the day when Trex came to the Bronx to get his wallet.
That's solid.
He told me straight up, he said, my nigga, I'll fuck with you for the rest of my life because of that. Because who does that?
Yeah.
And then after that, you know, it's in the book. I'll tell y'all a quick story. Trex came to get me one night. He had Mike Concepcion. He had about 20 Bloods and about 20 Crips.
Wow.
And I got my dad with me. And my dad is getting in the car to go home. Trex pulls up. This is when Trex had the 745. Trex pulls up, he gets out. So my dad don't know. So my dad's like, yo, you got beef with them? What's going on? So I'm like, nah, this is my man Trex. So my dad like, oh shit, that's the nigga from the movie. You know how parents get like, oh shit, this your man?
Yeah.
So Trex is like, yo, I came across the water to fuck with you because I got my Crips and I got my blood. Shout out to the Crips, Bloods, and that's the gang world, all that. Because at the end of the day, we all unified as one and we fighting for the bigger cause. And the bigger cause is to fight the oppression. And the bigger cause is to make sure us as a culture and people are safe in our neighborhood.
You gotta know that moment.
You know, so shout out to y'all. If we fighting for that, I'm with y'all on that. But now,
right.
you're goofy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Community revolution in progress.
So y'all went where? So that night, what happened with that night?
With Trex?
Yeah. So that was it.
So he calls me. He's like, yo, I got these niggas with me from Cali, and I want to take them somewhere. Where can we go? So I'm like,
Cincy.
No, this is before Cincy. So I'm like, damn. First off, Trex calls me out the blue. He always good for that. He'll call me right now, like, yo, where you at?
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, I'm in bed. He's like, nigga, get dressed. Come to Jersey. I'm gonna meet you in the city. Right? Nigga said, yo, get dressed. I got mad niggas with me and I want to take them somewhere. So I'm like, where you want to take them? He said, I don't know, find somewhere. So I'm like, Sue's. We're gonna take them to Sue's.
R.I.P. to Sue's. We miss you.
Yo. Turned up in there.
Shout out.
And I don't have to finish that story.
No, I got to real quick.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just know how that ended.
No.
Damn.
Because it's a night. Hold on. So, we leave. We go to Sue's. We at the bar. You see how we at, Sue's bar, how it used to be, right? So we at the bar. Mm-hmm. So Trex, everybody good. Trex give me a stack. Everybody good, right? So we got the Booyah Tribe. I don't even know if y'all know who the Booyah Tribe is.
Nah.
For all y'all who don't know who the Booyah Tribe is, shout out to Cobra. You know what I mean? Like, yo, y'all don't know who the Booyah Tribe? I ain't gonna Google them niggas. They are super official.
Oh yeah?
I'm gonna Google the shit out them in a minute.
Super official. Cobra like 6'8". Long story short, these Trex are like homies, right?
Yeah.
So, we in Sue's. So, we at the bar. So niggas I know from my hood that, official niggas or whatever, they like, yo, what up, Al? Cause everybody know, like, growing up, everybody had 1,000 nicknames. My nickname was Love. For everybody know, my name was Larry. My government was Larry. So everybody like, yo, Larry Love, what up?
Oh, okay.
Yo, Love, what up? Because I was a cool nigga. But, years later, nobody knew about Chance. Like, my moms gave me that when I was young because just my lifestyle and just, I'm a go-getter and stuff. But the Trex shit, we in the fucking Sue's and niggas is walking up to me. You got niggas who surrounding me like some different shit.
Yeah.
Different shit.
Fucking with you though.
No, like protecting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like niggas is trying to say what's up to me and niggas is smacking their hands like.
Man. Yeah.
And niggas is like, and cause Trex told them, this is my brother, make sure he good. So I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm with my niggas. Like,
that's crazy.
These niggas was really like,
wow, dope.
You know him?
Dope.
I'm like, yeah, that's my man. Cool. All right, cool. So that night,
That's crazy.
we go to a party in this spot called Club Show. Shout out to B.
All the OGs probably gonna know about that.
Or any nigga that was partying know about Club Show because you couldn't just get in.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Brooklyn. Yo, that was Brooklyn House. Brooklyn.
So I went in there? What happened?
Huh?
I went in there?
Oh man,
Crazy.
we go in there. It's me, Tretch, Squeaky Roo. Shout out Squeaky Roo. He from Cali. That's my man Dev. He from Cali. Like, it's deep and it's BMF party. They stop the music. They going crazy for Mike Concepcion because he came to the party. Mind you, shout out Mike Concepcion, but he the big homie. But mind you, he's in a wheelchair, right? So the way they partied was like the Red Sea. And if you know anything about New York clubs, them shits is so jam-packed. Yeah, you can't even get through. That shit did like this. Separated.
That's dope.
They saluted him. And so I'm sitting there, I'm the nigga from the Bronx that's like, all this is going on in my backyard and I don't know none of these niggas.
That's dope, man.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm around Tretch. I'm around certain niggas that we outside.
Yeah,
for real outside. Yeah. And the joke of that night was, I had to go to work. Ask me what I did.
Fuck a 9 to 5.
Ask me what I did.
Called out. I would have sent her a picture.
Called out?
Oh, I fucked up?
Gotta know that.
You went or you called out? I said you went.
I was
She said you called out.
You said
you called out.
All right, I went and left.
So we both got that.
Adulting, not maturing, adulting, because adulting
Evolving. I like to call it evolving.
No, evolving, but the reason why I said adulting, because I realized as I'm adulting, there's different areas of my life now that I'm focused on that I wasn't focused on 5 years ago, like my credit, trying to get a house, owning.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So the level up, so the 4 books that I talked about is where now today we can have this conversation.
Push you in that direction.
Because now, when people say, oh, what are you doing now? I'm like, yo, I'm just spreading the message. And they're like, well, what's the message? The message that got me to the point of overstanding. When you understand, you like this.
Yeah.
You under it. But when you overstand, you see it so clear. You see the whole shit.
You gotta know that.
You know what I'm saying? So, where I'm at right now, I'm just working on a project. I don't even want to say a clothing line. It's more so like canvas. I want to say like artwork, where it's like, I'm taking my time and using quotes that motivated me to.
I don't mean to cut you off, Chesel, but
No,
this
but
is
yeah,
something
stuff like
I've been
this.
waiting to show y'all that he created for me actually, and he got more.
Yeah, I got 2 more coming for y'all, but basically, it's just different slogans. Like when you level up, you wake the devil up.
Super dope.
When you in tune,
quote, man.
when you in tune, it's like the video game,
Thanks
right?
a lot, Chesel, too, man, for this, man.
When you in tune, like the video game, right? When you get to the master board, now you gotta fight the illest nigga with all the moves. Like Mike Tyson punch out, right? You can never beat this nigga, right?
Right.
That's just what life is, right? Guess what?
Level up,
When you ask God, when you
devil
ask God, I need a job, and He says to you, okay, go on this interview. You go on the interview, you get the job. It's the level up. But guess what happens now? Now the devil is like, okay, got more money.
Let me tell you something. Come in down with me real quick.
And that's when you gotta keep pulling away.
Keep pulling away.
No.
Yo, Chisel, it's fucking amazing to have you here, man. And I appreciate you pulling up, man, giving us everything we needed to know and things that you gotta know. I know you learned something out of this.
You can find a quote out here and you can apply it to your life. I guarantee it. And that's, you gotta know that.
Gotta know that. Appreciate you.
You gotta know that TV, man.
And we out of here.
Got to know that.
Remember those 4 books, you heard?
And guess what? We very good on this side.
Very. On that side.
On this side.